Then your brother calls, not a text, a call. He wants you to come by, wants to run something by you. And there's a testy softness in his voice you haven't heard in months. The old softness. And against everything you just watched on that lot, it works. You want it to be the old him so badly that you say yes before you've hung up. You shouldn't have. You sit at his kitchen table, the same table you've sat at 100 times. There's coffee. He's nervous in a way that almost makes you trust it because the man at the dealership wasn't nervous about anything. Then he says the number, $40,000. And under the table, 14 years quietly rearrange themselves. $40 then. $40,000 now. Pay me when you're a millionaire. He's not asking for a loan. In his mind, he's collecting one. It can't lose, he says those exact words. It can't lose. And lays out a plan that's 80% confidence and 20% detail. This is the moment you're supposed to say no. And for a second, you almost do. You think about the lot, the slapped hood, the price he said out loud just to watch your face. A quiet voice in you says he doesn't want help. He wants to be even. And you can't buy a man even. You know that voice is right. You say yes anyway. You don't say yes to the deal. You say yes to the face across the table. To the small chance the money buys back the brother who drove through the cold. It's only money, you tell yourself. You of all people can afford to be wrong about $40,000. The relief on his face almost makes it worth it. Almost. And for a while, it works. This is the part nobody warns you about, because it's the part that does the real damage. 2 weeks in, he shows up at your house on a Sunday morning. No ask. He's got 2 coffees and a ladder strapped to that ridiculous truck. And he says he noticed your gutters were sagging last time he drove by, and he just climbs up and does them. 3 hours. Won't take anything for it. Halfway up the ladder, he looks down at you and grins, that real grin, the 14 years ago grin, and says, I'm paying back every dollar. You know that, right? And you believe him. Standing in your own yard holding a coffee he bought, you believe him completely. You think, I was wrong about all of it. The dealership, the ant, the open hands. Money didn't break us. It got tested and it held. You let your guard all the way down. That's when it goes. The call comes the next Sunday. The deal that couldn't lose lost all of it. And there's no apology, no thank you for the $40,000 that just evaporated. There's something you don't recognize at first because you've never heard it from him. He's asking for more. Not asking exactly. He's explaining why you're going to give it. The first 40 was just to get in, he says. Pulling out now wastes it. You can't stop halfway. You wouldn't even feel another 30. He says it like your money is a limb that's gone numb. You sit with the phone against your ear and you don't say anything. You're not thinking about the 30,000. You're thinking about the ladder and the gutters and the grin and how he must have already known about this deal that Sunday morning. The coffee, the gutters, all of it. The down payment wasn't kindness. It was a deposit. Generosity, the moment you give it, stops being a gift and becomes the baseline.